AP Gov, here we go. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to give you all a quick review. We're going to start with, we got 4 sections on the legislative branch of our government, okay? Legislative branch, how Congress is organized. If you don't know legislative branch, okay, it's talking about Congress, also known as our Capitol building. Okay, I'll quickly show you a picture. All right, this is our Capitol building. Okay, we'll look at this one right here. All right, if we got the Capitol building here, there's going to be 2 parts to Congress, or legislative branch, or the Capitol building. One side, we're going to have the House of Representatives. That's where they're going to meet. And the Senate's going to meet on this side. Okay, so 2 things you need to remember. It's comprised of the House of Representatives and what we like to call our Senate. All right, so that's the Capitol building. Three big words you need to know is bicameral, census, and gerrymandering, or gerrymander. All right, I'm going to fly through this pretty good. Okay, the Senate. Senate, each state has an equal number of representatives, and the House of Representatives is based on the state's population. Okay, so remember this. All right, each state in the United States, you should know how many states there are. There's 50 states, in case you don't know. All right, there will be 2 senators from each state. All right, so each state has equal representation in the Senate. So there is exactly 2 times 50, which is 100. There are exactly 100 senators in Congress. Okay? Then on the other side, you have the House of Representatives. Okay? There are 435. That's just a number you need and have to remember. There are 435 House of Representatives. Okay? Here is a House of Representatives map. Okay? So, House of Representatives is based on your state's population. So, however much population, or however high or small your population is of your state, is how many representatives that you have in your state. So, like, look at California. It is the largest state, which means it has the highest population. So, there are 53 representatives from California that go to D.C. every year, all right, and meet. This is their job. Okay, like North Carolina. That's us. We have 13. The second biggest is Texas. All right, so there are, like Texas, there are 32 representatives that go and meet at Congress, all right, to represent their state. Each state is guaranteed 1. Look at Montana. Look at North Dakota. You're guaranteed 1. Alaska, Hawaii. Each state is guaranteed 1 no matter what. Okay? So 435 is based on your state's population. Okay? So if I ask you how many people make up Congress, all of Congress, that means Senate, which is 100, House of Representatives, which is 435, 435 plus 100 equals 535. There are 535 people that make up our Capitol building known as our Congress. Okay? So sometimes the Senate meets by themselves, sometimes the House of Representatives. A joint session occurs when the House and Senate meet. They join together. That's why it's called a joint session. All right? So the 435 members, okay, based on the population. Each state gets at least 1 representative about the population. Each 10 years, there's something called a census. You need to know this word. Census. Also known as a population count. And every 10 years, they come up with a new census. So in the year 2020, they're going to come up with a census. So they're going to figure out each state how much your population is. And if you look back at that map, remember how North Carolina had 13. In the year 2020, if our population has risen, which it probably has, we have a good chance of getting more than 13 representatives in the House of Representatives because our population has increased. Remember, the number 435 will never change, but it just changes however high your population is. Okay? If you get elected as a representative, you serve a 2-year term. So after every 2 years, you got to run for re-election. Okay? Gerrymandering, major word. Okay? This is when they change the district shape to increase voting. All right, I'll show you a video on it later, but pretty much they can draw the district lines however they want to. So the people that are in charge of the state, if whoever the majority party is, so say our 13, say there's 10 Republicans and 3 Democrats. Well, them 10 Republicans are going to get to draw how they want North Carolina to be represented. So they get to draw 13 little boxes to pretty much increase voting and decide how they want the voting to turn out. Okay? Then we got the Senate. There's 100 members, 2 from each state. That's easy. Senators, when you get elected, you serve 6 years. Then you have a re-election. So every 6 years, we have re-election. But they don't elect all 100 every 6 years. Okay? Every 2 years, they really elect senators. But remember, 6-year terms, House of Representatives, 2-year terms. All right? Got the majority party. Obviously, that's the more than, minority, less than. In the House, there's a person called the Speaker of the House. They are in charge of the House. Speaker of the House. The Senate has no speaker because the Vice President is in charge of the Senate. I would know those two. They will probably be on the test. Actually, everything I've said so far will probably be on the test. Okay? These are the 3 types of committees. I'm not going to hit them right now. But standing, select, and joint. Okay? You should have already watched that. This is I'm Just a Bill on Capitol Hill. That's the video. Awesome video. Schoolhouse Rock. Yeah. Okay? That's section 1. Alright, let's get section 2. Okay, the powers of Congress. I'll leave them there. We'll work through this. Okay? Express and implied impeach. Okay, you should answer that. Express powers. Okay, in our Constitution, there are specific powers given to Congress. Those are called express. Just a word you got to remember. All right? Congress has the job to do what's ever necessary and proper. Okay? Implied powers are different because they're not specifically stated. Okay? The most important thing you need to know, the legislative branch makes laws. So we got the House of Representatives, the Senate. Together, they're going to make laws. If you remember from your video, Schoolhouse Rock, I'm just a bill. The bill is an idea. Okay? Before it's become a law, it has to go through the House of Representatives, then to the Senate, then to the President. Okay? So it's got to go through both the House and the Senate. But all of Congress makes laws. Okay? Congress also has another job to do. They get to check the other branches of government. If you don't know, this week we're going over it. The legislative branch, executive branch, judicial branch. Okay? The Senate has the power to approve or reject the president's nominees for offices. For an example, Supreme Court justices, that's your judicial branch. So say somebody in the judicial branch dies or resigns, the president's going to nominate them. So say our president nominates this person for Supreme Court. Well, our Senate has to approve it. Well, if the president is Republican and the majority of the Senate is Democrat, do you think they're more than likely going to approve it? No. Okay? Usually they have to go hand in hand. Okay? The Constitution allows Congress also to remove officials. So like the House, they can impeach. If you don't know what impeach means, it's when they remove them from office. But they need a 2/3 vote to impeach them. Only 2 presidents that have been impeached was Bill Clinton and Andrew Johnson. Both of them were eventually acquitted. Okay, but you can look that up on your own later. Okay, Congress can't favor a state over the other. Okay, 3 words you need to know. Writ of habeas corpus, bills of attainder, ex post facto. Look them up. Go over them. Checks and balances, we said that. Okay. The Supreme Court can declare laws unconstitutional. So we got our judicial branch, which is those 9 justices I was kind of talking about a while ago. If Congress tries to pass a law that goes against our Constitution, and if you remember our Constitution from last week, remember you got the preamble, the 7 articles, and 27 amendments. So we'll say Congress tries to pass a law prohibiting people to own guns. Well, we can't do that because in our Second Amendment, you can own guns. So the Supreme Court can say, hey, this law goes against our Constitution. Now it's unconstitutional. Not happening. Okay? The president can veto bills passed by Congress. So say the president doesn't like a bill. It gets all the way up to the president. He's like, no. I don't like this. He can veto it. Then it goes back to Congress. But they can override the president with a 2/3 vote. Okay? That's Section 2. Got to roll through this. My time's running up. Section 3, representing the people. Here's the qualifications. You have to know these. Okay? To run for House of Representatives, you have to be 25 years old. Run for Senate, you got to be 30. Just a heads up, president's 35. So you got 25, 30, 35. Goes up 5 each time. Easy to remember. Okay? To run, you have to be a U.S. citizen for 7 years for House of Representatives. 9 for Senate. So that goes up each time. Remember, it's 7-9. Okay? Just know what a franking privilege is. Okay? Look through your notes. Know what a lobbyist is. Know what an intern is. The intern's big. Alright. Section 4. How a bill becomes a law. Now, these are all pretty big ones. Okay? Know the difference between a private bill and a public bill. Every bill is given 2 things before it comes a law. A title and a number. I would highlight that in my notes. Hint, hint. Alright. So in our Senate, okay, there could be a bill up for speaking. Well, if there is a bill, the minority party can do something called a filibuster. Make sure you watch this video, and I would watch a couple more videos on what a filibuster is. This is when a person from a minority party gets up there, starts talking, bringing attention to what this bill is, pretty much trying to talk this bill to death. Okay? There's Thurman Bailey. There's all kinds of big examples of people just getting up there talking about everything, right, to draw attention to it, to try to end this bill. It's called a filibuster. You have to know what a filibuster is. 100% it'll be on every test talking about checks and balances, Senate and Congress. It'll be on your AP exam. There's a 100% guarantee. A filibuster will be on your AP final exam. Mine and the state. Okay? After a bill is debated, they do a vote. These are the different types of voting. There you go. Look at them. Know them. There you go. If a bill is approved in both the House and the Congress, the president can do 3 things. I would know these 3, 100%. I'll guarantee I ask you these on your test. The president can sign it, he can veto it, or do nothing for 10 days. See ya. That is all of the legislative branch. So remember, back in our mind, remember the ages for each one. House of Representatives, Senate. Okay? Remember the requirements, how long you got to live in the U.S. Remember how many people are in the House and the Senate. All right? Easy numbers. Easy numbers. Stuff you need to know in your life. Okay?